Hey everybody, I'm Hugh Brownstone for 3 Blind Men and an Elephant. Today, I want to respond to those of you who've asked, how do I connect the RØDE Wireless Go to a smartphone? I'll show you precisely how we do it, along with an equipment list, but don't worry, it's shorter than the number of words I've used thus far in the video, I think. In any case, I'll also show you how we connect a pair of them for interviews, not only to smartphones, but dedicated cameras and more. But before I do, a quick reminder that we are holding our 2.5-day video workshop later this month, May 27th to 29th, and then immediately following it, 5:30 p.m. on the 29th, we're going to have a free meetup at Hasselblad's New York Experience Studio, followed by a photo walk in Greenwich Village. Space is limited for both, so please head over to www.3bmep.com to learn more and sign up. Okay. Back to setting up the RØDE Wireless Go on your smartphone. Simple. All you need is something like this $15 Rode SC7 in place of the cable that comes with a basic Go kit. If your iPhone has a Lightning port, you'll also need Apple's $9 Lightning to 3.5mm headphone jack adapter. But that's kind of messy and puts stress on the cables if you leave it like that. So here's the real secret weapon for wireless Go setups. Rycote Stickies. You just take one of these, peel off one side and stick it to the Go receiver clip, then peel off the other side and stick it to your phone. If you'd like, you can take the Velcro strip that comes with the Go to make it all a bit more tidy. If you want to use your smartphone with a gimbal, we like the DJI OSMO Mobile, I can verify that at least on the Osmo, it's easy to do and won't mess up the balance. If you conduct interviews like we do, gimbal or not, then you'll need a pair of Go's, as I said, which is actually not much more complicated. In fact, other than forking out an additional, $200 for a second set, all you need to add beyond what I've already shown you is something like the Rode SC6, and figure out how to attach them again using Rycote Stickies without blocking the camera. But what you won't have is the fine-grained control over individual channels that you do with the dedicated XLR mic adapter, mini mixer, or multi-track recorder, nor the extra security in that last case of a second track for each channel set to, say, 6 dB lower in case of a sudden spike in the speaker's volume. Doesn't really matter that the wireless Go receivers offer low, medium, and high gain settings on the receiver, because this is more about matching the receiver to the preamps in the camera rather than individual channels. But you will have some ability to compensate for this in post. If you want to add a dynamic element to your interviews, we found that using our iPhone X on the Osmo Mobile works really well. Although we didn't use the Go for our conversation with Cliff Pickett, it wasn't out yet, so we used a pair of Sennheiser AVX running into a Tascam DR70D instead, there is enough real estate on the Osmo to mount both Go receivers. You will, however, have the same input gain challenge. That issue won't go away if you use a dedicated camera like the G9 either, unless you use something like the $55 Saramonic SR AX100 passive 2-channel audio adapter. But before you do that, see if you can live with the dual-lav setup I've just talked to you about for your smartphone, dropping just an additional $15 for the Rode SC3. 3.5mm TRRS to TRRS cable adapter, and something like the Ulanzi Aluminium triple cold shoe blah blah blah, which is better than what we have now. If you want the cleanest setup for fine-grained channel control directly into the camera, some companies, like Panasonic for the GH5 and S1 series only, or Sony for its Alpha line of cameras, offer a dedicated XLR mic adapter attached via smart shoe, so no cables necessary to the camera. I really like that. One less thing to lose, forget, or break, although the Sonys will be auto gain only. We actually bought the XLR mic adapter for our GH5, and it's $350, but with the Sennheiser AVX, it is our top system choice if you have the money. Though, frankly, I'm hoping that there's less need for this than I think now that we have the wireless Go option. We will see. Finally, let's talk about the setup I'm most interested in exploring going forward, connecting a pair of wireless Go's to a dedicated but tiny audio recorder like our Sony SX2000. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out how to control left and right channel input gain without adding the size and weight of a passive mixer. But even if I don't solve the problem, that's not why this particular combination is so interesting to me. Really, what's interesting is this. I've learned that every now and again, the most revealing things are said, of course, when the camera is turned off. By connecting the Go to a dedicated audio recorder and just leaving the whole combo turned on the whole time, we give ourselves options in post for a richness we otherwise would not have, coverable through pickup shots after the fact.
I don't like to talk about anything.
Oh, we are hosed. We are so hosed.
If you like what you've seen here today, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, join the conversation below. You guys continue to be just incredible, knowledgeable, inspiring, funny. I mean, you're a joy, truly. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Grab one or both of our new Hold That Thought t-shirts you wanted us to put up at our new 3BMEPthreadless.com store. Support our work by using our affiliate links down below in the show notes, dropping us coffee money via our PayPal link down below in the show notes, or even better than that, we invite you to become a patron of our work over at Patreon. Link down below. We've created our Patreon page because we are stoked to bring you not only gear reviews, but with our What Were You Thinking and Good World Gone Bad series, historical, educational, artistic morsels, and longer form conversations, not interviews, with world-class photographers, curators, gallery owners, keepers of the legacy, folks like Elliot Irwitt, Anya Sear, Mark Lubell, Ethylene Staley, and friends like Brian Smith, Paul Giroux, Nino Rakicevic, and more. We'd really like you to join us to deliver this kind of content regularly. Your support on Patreon will really help us ramp it up. In which case, as always, we thank you for it. That's it. For Three Blind Men and an Elephant, I'm Hugh Brownstone. See you next time.